So, here we are, map number 1 of a best of 3, the semi-finals of Go for SC2 Monday. 75 fine euros on the line, as well as a spot in the monthly finals. Spawning up in the top right hand position as the blue Zerg player, it's Minato. And his opponent, in the top left, the purple Protoss, Jeysen, who, as I mentioned loading in, is level 100 in game. I can't remember if I've ever seen someone who's level 100. I may have done. I may just be going slightly insane. But either way, that's pretty cool. Minato, of course, GM. Jeysen as well is actually a GM player, so it's worth noting that they are both in the top 200 of EU according to ladder scores and stuff like that. So this should be a very interesting, very exciting quarter-final game. Sorry for a bit of downtime earlier on as well. Took quite a while to get this up, and of course if you are just tuning into this channel for the first time, I'd be massively honoured if you could hit that follow button, because I'm going to be streaming, and I do stream lots of cool stuff frequently on here, and you wouldn't want to miss any of it. Anyway, for the moment we do just see that gateways coming down at the moment, so it's going to be a gateway expand out of Jeysen. Could see a Forge Fast expansion on Frost. It's a big map, and it's got quite a narrow entrance there, so it's viable to do that. Meanwhile, Minato going hatch first. Is this going to be hatch pull? Maybe. Is it going to be hatch pull? I think that's unlikely. It would be a very bold move to make. And the reason it would be a bold move to make is because it's very hard to know where your opponent's spawning. And by very hard to know, it's nigh on impossible to know unless this Overlord happens to scout first. And potentially that could be what Minato's waiting for, but no, it looks like Minato is going to be going hatch pull. And the reason this is a bit of a problem is because when he sees that his opponent spawns over here, he will not want to be expanding towards his opponent. He would have wanted to expand down here so that he's just got a little bit more time. For the moment though, Jeysen moving across the map. Minato is about to see, boom, he knows there's a gateway there, knows that a cybernetics core is coming in, and continues on forward. Also sees the 2 gases, is going to be keeping a close eye on how many probes are in each of those Vespian geysers, just so that he has at his disposal the information of whether or not this is going to be a tech heavy play or not. With 2 probes in each gas, it's unlikely to be too tech heavy. Much more likely is just maybe a Stalker following this up, just to poke and prod, and the Mothership core also getting started up nice and soon. But for the moment, not going to be seeing that. Instead, Minato just comes to check to see whether the natural base is coming through. Jeysen is going to be putting a proxy pylon almost certainly up here, ready for warpins. The other thing that you can work out by seeing only one, or seeing these 2 gases, is that it's highly unlikely that there's going to be some kind of big Zealot 4-gate play. And that's a very common build in the meta at the moment in Protoss up against Zerg. So it's something that, without doubt, you want to be very concerned about and keeping a close eye out for. Now Minato does have his Overlord in a good position where he's going to be able to see if and when anything comes through. We've got one lone Zealot going to start trying to chip away and being a bit of a pain. Also worth noting, Stargate coming through here for Jeysen, so he's going to be getting that down pretty quick. Probably for an Oracle, most likely, just to harass this base. The Zealot being a bit of a nuisance, but with a lot of Lings out, 10 of them, they'll have no difficulty dealing with the Zealot for the moment. Unless it gets into a very good position, and it actually manages to get into pretty much the best position you could ever hope for. Backed in a corner, with only one of its sides, or one of its edges exposed, minimizing the surface area Zerglings are able to achieve up against it, so that it would trade as efficiently as possible. Now the Queen is out, going to start working away at that Mothership core. It backs off, knows that it can't win that fight. The Zealot as well is going to try and move forward. The Queen able to get saved, and the Mothership core yet again being focused. Jeysen needs to be somewhat careful with that. The Zergling's going to be going up on the high ground to keep vision and looking to try and counterattack. Jeysen adding in 2 additional gateways now. He's also got his Oracle getting Chrono boosted out, ready to start harassing. But drones and nothing but drones coming through at the moment for Minato. And as he's already taken some damage from this Queen, it's going to allow that Oracle to take it down exceptionally fast. And that's going to be nothing but good news. But unfortunately for Jeysen, a couple of Lings able to make it up into the main base. That sentry is going to be running into some problems. Only one lone sentry there at the moment. The 2 warp gates are coming through. We've got the Mothership core trying to get into a good position, but already some losses being taken. Fighting up against these probes, taking the damage from the Photon Overcharge. But this is very, very nice now for Minato. He comes through. The Zergling's going to be running straight up into the main base. Not enough energy for another Photon Overcharge, but there is enough money and a warp in for a Zeta to try and help things. The Oracle going to be getting a little bit of damage down on this Queen. Will be able to take it out. Double Spore Cooler started there. Meanwhile, the Queen up in the main shouldn't have too much trouble, and the Oracle already getting fairly low down on its energy. Morlings have managed to make it in to Jeysen's main, and this is nothing but a monumental slip-up, and there's no nice way of putting it. He may have actually just lost the game from this Zergling harassment. GG comes down, and Minato is victorious in this first game. And Jeysen, I'm just going to have a look at the map. Did he actually... He didn't have anything warped in there. That is disastrous for him, and loses the game there.